Hey!
Yo, 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 yo.
Jess Hilarious.
Good morning.
Charlamagne the God.
Peace to the planet. Guess what day it is? Guess what day it is?
Hump day.
Good morning. How y'all feel out there, man?
That's right. It's Wednesday hump day. How you feeling, Jess?
I feel much better.
Feel good? You lost your voice?
Yeah, I lost my voice, but I also got sick. Remember last week I came here and I said that my son had strep throat. Well, we took him to urgent care. He didn't have strep throat, but they were saying that it's just like a bug going around. So that's what they said it was. And he got almost everybody in the house sick except Chris and the baby. So,
Damn.
the nanny's
sick,
which is, me. Nye had caught a little something, but she's in Jamaica celebrating her birthday. My little sister just turned 21 yesterday.
Happy birthday to her.
So I'm happy. I'm sad I can't be with her.
Take her sick ass out the country to get half of Jamaica sick.
Excuse me? She don't care. Her girlfriend is living it up on the island, Montego Bay. So, yeah. But I'm better now.
Good.
Yeah.
Salute to Nye, man.
Yeah, salute to
Nye
Nye.
got a super stud.
Yes, she did.
I just gonna put her business out there
My
like
girlfriend
that.
looked like Ray Sherman.
Bro,
Yeah.
Yeah, Sway Lee. She looked like Sway Lee.
Really?
Yes. She posting her. She out with her now. At first,
wow.
they do the close friends thing. But she was like, I'm about to pop out with her. I said, okay, pop out in Jamaica then.
Wow. Okay.
And
What
when
you did
she
last night?
land back, when she get back, it's gonna be a bunch of other studs mad though, because they be on Naya. They be on Naya.
Oh, so she's officially in, because at one time she was just dipping her toe in.
That's when I thought she was dipping her toe in, but she was already a whole body under the water.
So she, okay, all
She
right.
full game.
Okay.
She's a letter.
She's a letter, yeah. She's a letter.
Yep, she's an L.
All right. Jesus Christ.
I feel blessed, black, and highly favored, man. Another day to serve our beautiful listeners. Happy to be here.
That's right.
Yes.
All right. Well, we got a big show for you today. Got a bunch of people joining us. Tezlyn Figaro, she'll be joining us.
Hey.
Yes, the host of the Straight Shot No Chaser podcast on the Black Effect iHeartRadio podcast network. She'll be here to give her post-election recap.
Yeah, her recap.
Oh, I know that's right.
All right. And she has points with her today, so she'll be going through some of the things that's on her mind. Also, rapper IDK will be joining us. He's from the DMV area. He has a new album, Bravado, out right now, and we're going to be talking to him. All right, so let's get the show cracking. Front page news. Morgan Woods up next, and it's the Breakfast Club. Good morning. Morning, everybody. It's DJ NV, Jess Hilarious, Charlamagne the God. We are the Breakfast Club.
It's almost 2025. We still starting the show off with snooze. Okay.
Yes.
That's not the song I want to hear when I'm tired in the morning, because that's exactly what I want to do. Hit the snooze button.
Well, today is Joe Biden's birthday. Happy birthday to Joe Biden.
So
And
you really
Future.
trying to make me sleepy this morning.
It's Future birthday too.
It's Future's birthday,
Okay,
too.
okay.
All
Yeah.
right.
Well,
Everybody.
that's
We
still
gotta play some
codeine.
Future.
Codeine make you sleepy too.
Damn it, man. All right. Well, let's get in some front page news. Now, we usually don't do NBA scores till later on in the season, but the Cleveland Cavaliers lost their first game to the Celtics last night. Now, they were 15-0, so now they're 15-1. I think they're the second team to go undefeated like that. The first, of course, was the Warriors a couple of years ago. We all remember them when that team was crazy. So now is the Cleveland Cavaliers. So congratulations. Well, they lost, but congratulations for going that far.
Still a great start, Cleveland.
Absolutely.
Great start.
Good morning, Morgan.
Good morning. Good morning. Happy hump day. MV, Charlamagne, and Jess. How y'all feeling? Y'all good?
What's up, Morgan?
Yep.
All right, let's get into it. So as the G20 summit in Rio de Janeiro wrapped up yesterday, President Biden spoke about the existential threat that is climate change, saying there's a lot more work that needs to be done. Let's hear from President Biden in Rio de Janeiro.
This is the single greatest existential threat to humanity if we do not deal with climate change. Our children, our great-grandchildren, our great-great-grandchildren, their future is going to be determined by what we do in the next 4 to 6 years. When it comes to the adoption of clean energy, we've made remarkable progress together, but we all know we have so much more to do. We all know what it takes.
I have absolutely no faith in the world to do anything to fix this. Okay, you know there's a climate change clock, and there's 4 years, 244 days left to limit global warming.
Sheesh.
We're not going to make it.
Biden says the U.S. has fulfilled its pledge to contribute $11 billion a year in climate change financing to developing countries, and he promised another $4 billion over the next 3 years. So that's within your window, Charlamagne, to the World Bank International Development Association, an agency that assists the world's poorest nations. Can you help me? I'm poor too. Meanwhile, more appointments and nominations are being made in the forthcoming Trump administration. Most recently, President-elect Donald Trump is nominating TV celebrity Dr. Oz to lead the Centers for Medicare and Medicaid Services. The CMS oversees Medicare, Medicaid, Children's Health Insurance, and Healthcare.gov, which provide coverage to nearly half of all Americans. Dr. Oz posted on X that he looks forward to serving his country and to make America healthy again under the leadership of Robert F. Kennedy Jr., who has also been nominated to lead the Department of Health and Human Services. Elsewhere, Trump is reportedly set to name transition co-chair Linda McMahon as the education secretary. Now, CNN reports that she was given the nod after Trump named his other transition co-chair, Howard Lutnick, to lead the Commerce Department. Now, McMahon directed the Small Business Administration during Trump's first term and is the former CEO of WWE. She founded with her husband, Vince McMahon, and she's also had 2 unsuccessful runs for U.S. Senate seat in Connecticut, losing in 2010 and 2012. Linda McMahon for Education Secretary. Elsewhere, Vice President-elect J.D. Vance says the Trump team is interviewing prospective FBI directors. That suggests plans to send current director Christopher Wray, on his way. Vance faced criticism on X for missing a Senate vote that approved a judicial nominee of President Biden. He responded on social media that writing that he missed the vote because he was meeting with President Trump to interview multiple positions for our government, including for FBI director. Now, the position has a 10-year term, so Wray would typically be safe until 2027, but the president is able to remove the agency's head, so we'll see what happens with that. And lastly, the Senate Majority Leader is not giving President-elect Trump any assurances about his cabinet picks. Republican Senator Mitch McConnell is once again raising the issue of the Constitution's advice and consent clause. Let's hear those comments from Senate Majority Leader Chuck Schumer.
He doesn't have Chuck Schumer audio.
Okay, so basically Chuck Schumer's audio says that they're going to go and do their due diligence as Congress is supposed to do, and there are no guarantees when it comes to any of these picks that Trump is putting forth. Now, Trump has put forth some of those nominees that lawmakers on both sides of the aisle are questioning. McConnell said he expects the usual Senate confirmation process and strongly hinted that there will not be any recess appointments. So, again, Congress is going to continue to do its due diligence on both sides of the aisle when it comes to making the selection and these nominations. Just because Trump puts them up doesn't mean that they will be confirmed. Is essentially what is happening in regards to that. We got time for one more? No.
I can't wait to see who he picks for his FBI director. That's going to be amazing. What famous television cop is he going to pick to be the head of the FBI? Magnum PI? Like, who is he going to be?
He might go left. It might go Hulk Hogan.
Nah, it won't be Hulk Hogan. Hulk Hogan has no experience being a cop or playing a cop.
What's the guy in Louisiana who always played a cop? I cannot think of his name, but he's he actually was a cop in Louisiana. He's an actor. You guys don't know?
I don't know who you're talking about.
No, me neither.
Oh man, he had a show and everything.
Is he black?
No, he's a white guy. Has a ponytail.
He ain't picked nobody black for his cabinet yet.
No, that's a whole nother thing. Oh man, we'll get into it.
All right. Well, that is front page news. We'll see you next hour.
Yes.
Everybody else, get it off your chest. 800-585-1051. If you need to vent, phone lines are wide open. Call us up right now. Good morning. It's The Breakfast Club. Good morning.
The Breakfast Club.
It's a new day.
This is your time to get it off your chest.
Wake up.
Whether you're mad or blessed.
It's time to get up and get something.
Call up now. 800-585-1051. We want to hear from you on The Breakfast Club.
Hello, who's this?
Hey, what's going on, Indy? What's going on, Jess? What's going on, Charlotte?
Peace, gang.
What's up, brother? What's your name?
Matt from Charlotte, North Carolina. I actually met you and Charlotte a long time ago back in the CIAA days.
Okay.
704, what's happening?
Those were great days. Sorry, Jess, but I wish they bring it back to North Carolina.
Charlamagne then? Or he late as usual?
Not here.
Hey, man, I don't be late as usual.
Hey, let me answer me this, though. Y'all do all these drops, right? Why we can't get the Wednesday one? Why you can't do a new one on the Wednesday one for that flocking one?
What's the Wednesday? What you mean?
Guess what day it is? Guess what day it is? Hump day?
It sounds so staticky when you come on.
Oh, yeah. I know what he means.
Yeah, man, we'll do another drop. Charlamagne, stop playing.
We'll try to fix that.
I'll call Webby, tell him come back up here.
We'll try to fix. I know what you mean. We'll try to fix that one, brother.
Oh, so are y'all doing the phone-a-thon this year?
That's a good question.
The what?
The phone-a-thon. Every year we usually do the The phone-a-thon where we raise money.
No, I think we doing what we did last year. I think Amazon just giving us a bunch of money and we giving stuff away. Yeah.
I'm trying to figure out how my mentor group can get involved. You're one of the beneficiaries.
Well, if we announce it, you got to fill out all the applications and all that good stuff.
And I just want to apologize to my man, bro. You know, I wasn't trying to sleep with your wife, but like the topic yesterday, bro, ain't nobody snitch on it because nobody handle it.
You slept with your man's wife?
No, it wasn't my man. My man that called on Friday, dog that called on Friday. I mean on Monday.
Man, what is you talking about?
Yeah, I don't know, brother.
Dog that called on Monday, and he said that he had to divorce his wife. She was sleeping around.
Yes.
I want to apologize, bro.
That's not you. Get out of here. Get it off your chest. 800
Maybe he's just saying he feels sorry for dudes.
No, he was saying it was him that was sleeping with dude's wife. Get it off your chest. Call us up now. It's The Breakfast Club. Good morning.
The Breakfast Club. Break it up. This is your time to get it off your chest.
Keep calling.
800-585-1051. We want to hear from you on The Breakfast Club.
Hello, who's this?
It's your brother Out of Sight. What's going on, Envy?
Out of Sight. What's up, brother? Get it off your chest.
There's a lot of brothers on social media be disrespecting single mothers and talking crazy about them, and I'm just sick of hearing it. I'm a product of a single mother. My mother wasn't a ratchet type of sister, and though some of them exist, they need to tell the real story, you know what I'm saying, and pick up the sisters that do the right thing. So for sisters like Jess and the sisters that have children that are doing the right thing, I did what I always do. My video on YouTube is called Baby Mama Salute. I dedicate that to you, Jess, and all of the sisters that got children that's doing the right thing. It's called Baby Mama Salute. I came out of retirement to do this because Charlamagne said my bars was whack back in the days, so I retired, but I'm back now.
Well, thank you so much.
You
man.
ain't even heard the song to be saying thank you. You don't even know what it sounds like.
I'm talking about what he said before. He talking about his
it might make
bars.
the baby cry as soon as you turn the song on.
I appreciate that shout out to single mothers. Thank you.
I'm sure it's dope. Word, Out of Sight.
Hey, Charlamagne, you always used to go in on me, man, but I'm telling you, I'm better now.
Spit some bars. Go ahead, spit some bars from Baby Mama Drama. Oh, boy. Go ahead, spit some bars. Give us a verse from it right now.
She a single baby mama, she ain't with the drama. She be getting it in order for her son and daughter. Keep the refrigerator full without a father. People try to put her down, that make her go harder. It ain't that she don't want a man. She sticking to the plan, get the money in her hand, something you don't understand. Health, wealth, go get it yourself. Give it to your kids while they daddy do a bid. I ain't talking about spades. Shorty go to school and she getting good grades. Plus she got a job and she work hard. Think the most high that she finally got a car. Maybe not a Benz, but to get her to the daycare in the hood. She ain't gonna stay there. No drugs. She don't do clubs. When she with her baby, only time she do love. She can do lust. She don't do trust. Only thing she know to make a living is a must. If it ain't about that, nothing to discuss. Hit the gas on the vroom vroom. Nothing to discuss.
And it's like that.
Period.
Shut up, that was dope, man. Salute to you, Out of Sight.
See, I made him better.
Oh, praises, man. You know what I'm saying? Hey, you my new crush, Jess.
Thank you so much. I appreciate it.
Jess is taken.
That's right. Go check our video out, though. Baby Mama Salute on YouTube.
Out, brother.
Baby Mama Salute.
Get it off your chest. 800-585-1051. If you need to vent, you can hit us up. Now we got Jess With The Mess coming up.
Keke Palmer opens up about her and her baby daddy.
Okay. All right. We'll get into that next. So don't go anywhere. It's The Breakfast Club. Good morning.
The Breakfast Club.
Morning, everybody. It's DJ NV, Jess Hilarious, Charlamagne the Guy. We are The Breakfast Club. Let's get to Jess With The Mess.
News is real, whether it's Jess Hilarious, Jessica Robin Moore, just don't do no lies, She don't spare nobody.
Worldwide Jess, worldwide mess.
On The Breakfast Club.
She's a culture shift.
She was able to get y'all to see something and understand something that nobody could get you to see.
It's time to set it off.
All right, so Keke Palmer speaks on advice from Will Smith. Before we get to the stuff with her baby daddy, I wanted to shout out the fact that she was on the Toast podcast, and during the episode, she reflected on when she considered emancipating from her parents. For those who don't know, emancipation is it ends the legal authority that a parent has over a child who is under 18. And this is what she said.
I'm on the set of True Jackson VP and I get a call from this like really, really obscure number. This is weird. I'm not answering this. I go work, I come back and I see there's a voicemail left from this same number. And I Okay, let me play it. Hey, Kiki, it's Will. We're over here doing Karate Kid with Jaden. I just want to let you know I talked to Ken. He let me know everything you're going through, and I want you to know sometimes it's hard being the first, but you'll get through. Just keep staying focused, love on your family, and y'all gonna be good. I gotta get back. Will Smith, girl.
Wait, that's so crazy.
It was so insane.
And you didn't pick up.
I did not pick up. I couldn't believe, because the number was like a Hong Kong number. It was like, I was like, I ain't never seen no number like this before. Like, who is this calling me? I didn't know.
Now, Ken was Kiki's lawyer, who also tried to convince her not to go through with the emancipation. That she was 17 at the time. That was really dope that Will Smith had called her. But on the other hand, how you know my business? Why is my lawyer discussing with you?
That's true too.
What I got going on?
That's true.
Like, I love Will. I love this. You know what I'm saying? But it's like,
who gave you authority to talk about business? Yeah, you right.
Damn, Ken, what's up? You know what I mean?
I don't know about y'all, but I can't wait for the emancipation of all my children. Go out there and get your own money. Please become financially independent and responsible for your own life.
You are lying.
Okay,
it's not gonna happen.
And take care of daddy and mommy while you're at it too.
That's not gonna happen.
Right? You lying. You don't have a fit. Your kids try to emancipate from you or whatever.
No, you want that. That's what you would hope, that they get to that level where they got their own money and they're responsible for their own life and take care of me and mommy too.
Yeah, but that's when they get to the right age, not at 17.
Yeah, she was 17 years old.
Oh, that's what for me, not at 17.
Emancipation not an age, it's an income.
Well, Kiki Palmer at 17, we see how rich and famous she was and how great she was. But
and your son want to be in tech. What if your son creates some app and become a billionaire by 17?
Not at 17. At 10 o'clock.
Right.
Why would I come back to your little raggy house when I'm worth a couple $1 billion?
Because I can still beat your ass.
It ain't gonna be no little raggedy house. Yeah, all right, don't play with me. Kiki also sat down with Gayle King in a separate interview, and while talking to Gayle, she spoke on co-parenting with Darius, who's her baby daddy, after their public breakup.
I gotta be honest, I would have never thought that I would be where I am now. And so I'm very grateful that this has now been the outcome, and we're able to coexist in this way and show up for our son, and just be in a different place. It's a real blessing. That's the best way that I can explain it.
But how did you get to this place? Because you realized, you said, I don't want my son to dislike his father. I don't want the public to dislike his father.
Yeah.
How did you
boundaries?
Boundaries.
I don't think I had enough of them. Think boundaries, and I talk about that a lot in the book. People cannot respect boundaries you don't have, and sometimes it's hard to make boundaries with people that you love.
Yep. Well, that's good to hear that they are on better terms, because we seen that whole thing go wrong, and it all started with an Usher show.
But you know the difficult thing about that is people already have their mindset on how they feel about him already.
Yeah.
So it's hard to change that because they already look at him a certain way.
Yep. And then Kiki had went to the internet. Then Kiki mother jumped on the internet. Then it just became a whole messy situation.
And all he wanted was to be emancipated from Kiki. He just wanted to be financially independent, responsible for his own life and his children, his child's life.
And wanted to know why his baby mama she had on the leotard dancing for Usher. That's all he wanted to know.
So you want to know
why? That's what he wanted to know why. All right. Lisa Ray speaks on relationship with ex-husband. So she sat down with Carlos King, and during the interview conversation, she opened up about how serious her ex-husband's infidelity was. Now, her husband was the seventh chief minister of Turks and Caicos, and she eventually opened up about one of her friends who slept with him and how she found out and handled it.
You alleged too that Nicole Murphy had relations with your ex-husband. Were you two friends?
I've been to her house. She was at my bachelorette party.
How'd you find that out?
I had checked the manifest of my plane to test all the people that have rolled on the plane. And she didn't ride on it with me. So if you had a girlfriend that has her own island, I would think that you would call and say, hey girl, I'm coming, because I was getting everybody to come. So why you would accept an invitation from him and you don't even know him is unbeknownst to me. And I tried to call her. First she said, no, I haven't been to Turks and Caicos. At the time she was dating
Michael
when I found out. Right. And I said, hey, do you know anything about this? And, we talked or whatever. And I said, well, let me send you a tape. It was a tape of her and Michael where she was dropping Michael off at the private airport in her car. And she gets out and he gets out. And I go, oh, I didn't know y'all knew each other.
Damn. I'm surprised Lisa Ray didn't fight her. Because Lisa Ray, she got that energy in her that she'll punch her, she'll smack her in the face.
She said she wanted to.
Yeah.
Salute to Lisa Ray.
I will say this, though. I heard that story and I thought to myself, that man Michael has excellent taste. Drop on the clues bombs for Michael, okay? Lisa Ray, Nicole Murphy, that's top shelf right there.
No, you mean the Prime Minister has excellent taste. Is his name Michael too?
Yes, his name Michael.
Yep.
Oh, wow.
What Michael you talking about?
Because she said Michael
Her
Strahan.
ex-husband's name is also Michael.
Oh, no, I'm talking about the Prime Minister.
Oh.
Yeah. Yep, that was Mike.
Yeah. Lisa Ray and Nicole Murphy, that's two of the best right there. That's top shelf. You hear me? Both aging like wine and Kanye.
Oh, my God. They
drop one of Clues
so
Dogs for Lisa Ray and Nicole Murphy.
Yeah.
Man.
Yep.
Killing these young girls out here. Ain't even close.
That's right. At another point in the interview, she spoke on how her role as Diamond in the Players Club affected her career.
Playing the role of Diamond, did that affect you from booking other roles because people only saw you as that?
Sure it did. I was the pretty girl. I was the sex symbol. And so we just want her to be pretty. But because I always had a lot of personality, even off screen, people would go, well, you know what? She's so cool. And it's something else to her. But they could not deny that everyone knew me from that role, that way, and that look. So they wanted to still help and continue me in that way, but not in ways that I felt like I could stretch.
So that's actually my favorite movie from her though.
Players Club.
That's what I mean.
I shouldn't even have been watching that at the age that I was watching it, but that was like one of my favorite movies, Players Club and Belly, and I always love Lisa Ray after saying that.
And that's what I'm saying. When you play such an iconic role, right? Like everybody remember Diamond from Players Club. Like even though that's Lisa Ray, don't get me wrong, but when you see it, you see Lisa Ray, but then you will think, oh, that's Diamond too.
Yep, I like Diamond, and I like that sneaky ass cousin.
I'm still wilding at what age was that? You had to be like 10,
I was
11
young,
years old,
I was
12?
like 11 or 12.
And you was watching
like
Belly?
Yes,
Yeah,
London, straight up.
MBB acting like he wasn't 10, 11 watching Wild Stuff and listening to Wild Stuff.
10 years old watching what movie?
Who knows? All them Wild Porky's, Revenge of the Nerds. What you mean?
Yeah, I was watching Revenge of the Nerds.
And my mom, she ain't know I was watching it. That's when they record stuff on the VCR tapes.
Yep.
Yeah,
I watched Revenge of the
I
Nerds.
would pop that right in. Me and London would stay up all night watching Players Club and Belly on repeat. Period.
Wow.
Yeah.
All right.
That's Jess With The Mess.
All right. Thank you, Jess. Now, when we come back, we got front page news, and then rapper IDK will be joining us. So don't go anywhere. It's The Breakfast Club. Good morning. Morning, everybody. It's DJ Envy, Jess Hilarious, Charlamagne the Guy. We are The Breakfast Club. Let's get in some front page news. What's up, Morgan?
Good morning. All right, so in the last segment, really quickly, I tried to toss to Mitch McConnell audio and mistakenly mentioned Chuck Schumer. Not sure why I did that, but I meant to say Mitch McConnell. So, I own my mistakes. We were talking about potential FBI director picks, and the person I was thinking about was Steven Seagal. He hasn't been selected or anything like that. I just think that, maybe he would make, I don't know. He seems to fit the mold. Anyways, moving on. Moscow says Ukraine is beginning to fire U.S.-made missiles into Russia. Pentagon spokesperson Sabrina Singh was asked about the report where President Biden gave Ukraine the okay to use U.S. weapons against Russia. And she also criticized Russia, its recent changes to its nuclear doctrine. Let's hear more from Pentagon spokesperson Sabrina Singh.
I don't have anything to announce or to confirm at this time. If we have more to share publicly, we will do so. It's the same irresponsible rhetoric that we've seen before, and that we've seen, frankly, for the past 2 years.
So Moscow said it shot down 5 U.S.-made missiles on Tuesday. It's the first time Ukraine has launched a strike on Russia since the U.S. reported its change in policy. Now, this comes as Russian President Vladimir Putin updated his country's nuclear doctrine. The Kremlin will now consider any aggression from a non-nuclear state that has help from a nuclear country as a joint attack.
Let me ask you a question. I also seen that they are giving some other devices, I guess, where it doesn't destroy trucks and tanks, but it destroys people as they walk on the detonators. And I was just curious because they said the U.S. had to sign off on using them. Why are they so public with the things that have to be signed off on? Because it's going to tell Russia what they're using next on them, right? Or am I wrong?
I mean, yeah, you're right. I mean, the fact that you're saying, hey, these are the next devices that we're essentially approving use for. Yes, it does give people essentially a heads up as to what's happening. I mean, I want to say,
and that's why they're able to shoot down some of the missiles. Clearly, like that's what Russia said yesterday. They shot down some of the missiles, the U.S. missiles that came from Ukraine. This is what I don't understand. Russia issued a nuclear threat. Why is that such a casual conversation? Why is that scary? Why is that not front page news everywhere? If a country issues a nuclear threat, and that's not even the first time Putin has done that, how come it's not more of a discussion? Have we become that numb to everything that we can just hear that and just brush by it and move on?
Nah, we're just waiting for Charlamagne to talk about it, because once Charlamagne talk about it, then it becomes
that's not true.
No, I'm scared. I ain't waiting for Charlamagne to be scared. I'm scared when they start talking nukes. There ain't nothing we can do about it. You can't hide from a nuke.
Well, is that what it is? Is that people? God grant me the serenity Yes. Accept the things I cannot change, courage to change the things I can, and the wisdom to know the difference. So being that we know there's nothing we can do about it, we just choose not to talk about it.
Yes.
That's stupid.
Stupid as hell. Stupid as hell.
Horrible.
Very dumb.
All right, so moving on. Moving on. Accusations that FEMA aid was politicized during the hurricane season is the focus of a House hearing. The House Oversight Committee is listening to testimony from FEMA Administrator Deanne Criswell as after a FEMA official claimed relief workers were told to avoid homes with Trump signs. Let's hear more from FEMA Administrator Deanne Criswell.
I was very concerned when I learned a FEMA employee had given instructions to a disaster survivor assistance team that were completely at odds with FEMA's mission. This employee wrote to about 11 staff members under her supervision that they should, quote, avoid homes advertising Trump, end quote.
So that worker said she's being made a scapegoat and was just following protocol. The aid was related, of course, to Hurricane Helene. So there is some truth to what you guys were saying when that whole situation was going down as to the fact that, you know, some people aren't receiving the aid that they need.
That's insanity, by the way. To keep aid away from a person just because of, you know, who they choose to support politically, that's ridiculous. And I mean, like it don't matter if that person supported Trump or that person supported Kamala Harris. At the end of the day, if they needed aid after the hurricane, they should have got that aid.
Yes, they're human.
Like, humanity should come before any political party.
Period. So LA is now a so-called sanctuary city. During Tuesday's vote, LA City Councilman Curran Price said it was not a difficult decision, and he argued protecting illegal immigrants in the incoming Trump administration pays tribute to the city's very name. Let's hear more from LA City Councilman Curran Price.
Given the re-election of Donald Trump and the consistent hate speech towards undocumented people and mixed status families, I can't think of a more pressing issue than this one today. The City of Angels must live up to its name. We must be angels to our undocumented neighbors, guaranteeing that they can live with stability and without the constant threat of deportation.
So this formally establishes a policy preventing the city from helping federal immigration officials with roundups or other actions aimed at illegal immigrants. It comes as, of course, the incoming Trump administration promises widespread roundups. The ordinance prevents LA from directly or indirectly sharing data, money, or workers with federal immigration officials. Now the bill goes to Mayor Karen Bass for her expected signature. The Republican Party says the ordinance is not needed. They insist President-elect Trump will only go after dangerous illegal immigrants. Now, New York is also putting its hat in the ring in regards to this. Mayor Eric Adams says families with children in kindergarten through 6th grade can now stay in their original shelter past the 60-day notice, making it easier for kids to keep attending the same schools and saving hundreds of thousands that would be spent on housing them. Now, the city also has established a centralized mail center to further ensure that migrants have access to critical legal information like updates on their asylum status or work authorization papers. Mayor Adams says the city has helped 42% of migrant families leave shelter systems in the last year and also, you know, move on to create better lives for themselves. So we will continue to keep you posted on what's happening with the whole migrant immigration and mass deportation situation as the forthcoming Trump administration comes in. And lastly, speaking of New York and Trump, New York prosecutors are recommending pausing President-elect Trump's hush money case until he's out of office. Manhattan DA Alvin Bragg's office has proposed that the proceedings, including the November 26th sentencing, be postponed until Trump's term is over in 2029 due to constitutional issues. Prosecutors told Judge Juan Merchan that the sentencing of President-elect is unprecedented, noting the demands and obligations of a presidency. Merchan has the final say. Now, Trump's team calls this a victory, but the DA's office says they will fight his efforts to get his conviction tossed. Now, Trump was found guilty earlier this year of falsifying records to hide payments to adult film star Stormy Daniels. So, yeah.
Hey, New York City, just throw the whole thing away.
I don't understand why they're playing with that, man.
Cut it out.
Just stop it. We're going to wait 4 years.
Who we fooling?
Yeah,
nothing's going to happen to Trump. And nobody, you know, wants nobody wants that retribution that he may deliver hanging over their head. He won the election. It is what it is. Cut ties, sever your losses, throw the whole case away. Come on.
I don't know why they playing.
Who we fooling, y'all?
Nope.
Who we fooling? Like, seriously. And if you push it back 4 years, that might give him more reason to stay. Okay? Like,
but for 4 years, he gonna be on your ass for 4 years. Like, why play with him? Like,
but it also might give him more reason to stay.
That's true.
He is the same person who told his voting base, just vote one more time, you'll never have to vote again. All right, wink, wink. Okay, come on.
Yeah, y'all better listen, Uncle Charla. That's your front page news. I'm Morgan Wood. Follow me on social at Morgan Media, MorgynMedia. And for more news coverage, follow at Black Information Network. Download the free iHeartRadio app and visit BINnews.com. Thank y'all. Happy hump day.
Thank you, Morning.
All right, Morgan.
I said morning. Thank you, Morgan. Now, when we come back, rapper IDK will be joining us. He's from the DMV area. Dope kid. And we're going to talk to him next. Don't move. It's The Breakfast Club. Good morning.
The Breakfast Club.
Morning, everybody. It's DJ NV, Jess Hilarious, Charlamagne the Guy. We are The Breakfast Club. We got Lauren LaRosa filling in for Jess, and also our nephew. I was gonna say our nephew, our niece, our niece Nala with us today.
Wow!
Shut up!
You always gotta fight Dominicans. Why you always gotta fight with a Dominican? That's crazy.
Our niece Nala. See, I'm sorry,
Wow.
Nala. I love you.
Okay.
Wow!
And we got a special guest in the building. We got IDK. Welcome, brother.
Hey, what's up?
How you feeling, man?
I'm feeling good, man. It's good to be here.
We're happy to have you, brother.
That's right.
Been hearing your name for a long time.
Yeah.
How was the show with G-Eazy? How's the tour going?
So far, so good, man. G been real cool, and he actually brought me on my first run ever in my life, like in like 2015 or something like that. So it's like full circle, you know.
Lovely.
Yeah.
So for people that don't know who IDK is, where you from? This is the first time some people are hearing you. Give them a breakdown of where you're from, what your name stands for, and all that.
Oh yeah, so it's IDK from the DMV. PG County, Maryland, specifically. Born in London, but I came to America when I was like 2 years old. So I grew up in the DMV, PG County. IDK stands for Ignorantly Delivering Knowledge.
I've always liked that acronym.
Absolutely.
Because I totally understand what you mean when you say that. Because I always say you got to be the perfect balance of ratchetness and righteousness. So ignorantly delivering knowledge is like saying I got to put the medicine in the candy.
Right. Kind of like that. Yeah, it was. I was actually in prison when I came up with that acronym, and so I was in state prison when I was younger, and I came up with the acronym Ignorantly Delivering Knowledge because I wanted people to be like, what does IDK stand for? Does that mean I don't know? And I always feel like if I prompt somebody to ask a question and I answer it, you're more likely to remember it than me just telling you.
I was going to say, you mentioned prison.
Yeah.
Coming up with a name there. You went to prison the same year that you went to college?
Yeah. One of the times I went.
Because it was four, right?
First. Yeah.
So let's talk about the
High school.
first time, and then I want to know how the whole, I'm going to college, but then I end up in prison. Like, what's that story? How does that track?
Man, first of all, I come from like a West African background, so my mom is from Sierra Leone, my dad's from Ghana. I'm literally the first person in my family to get locked up, but
that's not a good thing.
Yeah, I mean, but also first person
prison is not a good thing.
Fair, but I turned it around. So at the same time,
that's true.
That kind of was like something like when I was 17, I got jammed up, had some charges, stuff to do with robberies and guns, things like that, and then pretty much I went to prison of jail. But the thing was, I got sentenced to 15 years, suspended to 3, and they allowed me to do it on home detention, but getting in trouble and violations and technical things made me, that's how I got back.
When did you start rapping? What made you say, you know what, I want to leave the streets alone and focus on this rap career?
I mean, the first time I got locked up, I realized it wasn't for me. Like, right away, like, I was like, nah, I can't do this.
But you went back 3 more times.
Yeah, but it was like violation, technical stuff.
Gotcha.
It was like
I'm not judging you.
No.
Several times myself. I'm not judging you. Don't think I'm judging you. Okay.
No. It was technical though. It wasn't like I kept doing things. It was just violations and stuff like that. But basically, the last time I was in, before I went in, I was listening to like Kendrick Lamar and like J. Cole and where I'm from, people don't really listen to that. But I had a friend that went to like FAMU, and he would come back with like more, I would say, eclectic rap. And I was like, oh man, people rap like this? That's interesting. So I remember being in prison. I was a tutor, so I helped people get their GEDs. and I also was a barber. And I just remember I would just write music, and everybody would listen, like see me like bobbing my head writing, and they'd be like, "Yo, spit, rap, like I ain't know you rap, like." And so one day I just did it, and I was like, man, if I can make people that's pissed off in prison like music, maybe it'll work for me when I get out.
For the first time that you went to jail, what would you attribute the why to? Would you say it was like the internet? Would you say it was just your environment? Would you say
it was the want for love? Like my parents loved me, but I didn't know how to comprehend the way they gave me love, right? So I never got great grades. I grew up middle class, but I was surrounded by the hood, and I went to school in the hood. So I identify more with the people that also didn't get good grades. That comes with a lot of stuff because they coming from different backgrounds and they doing different things. So I felt like whenever I would do something bad, they would show me respect. And that was the love that I wanted.
I'm glad you got that explanation quick, because saying you want to go to jail for love is crazy.
No, I know, right? It's crazy. Right? That's what I'm glad that like you understand though, like there's nuance to that though. You know what I mean? So.
You know, when you started rapping, what did your family say at first, right? Were they behind you the whole way? They was like, oh, here you go.
No, African parents, absolutely.
You know what, though? It wasn't as bad as you would think.
Because he was in jail. So they were like,
right. It was like, how much worse could this be? Like, it couldn't get no worse than what I already did. So my mom was just happy I was doing something positive.
Got you.
You know, but she passed away. She never...
Condolences.
Yeah, sorry.
Yeah, she never got to listen. Well, she got to listen to my music. She heard it once, and she was like, but she would brag about it, but she would never listen to like my mom till she passed never heard me curse. Like I never said a curse word around her. But in my music, she was in the music.
So, what did the sound like at the time? Because you really dibble and dabble in all different genres, all different sounds. So what did she hear?
A lot of cursing, a lot of bad words, like a lot of rap. I was just,
eclectic rap.
Yeah, for sure. Because, like, again, the whole ignorantly delivering knowledge thing, depending on how you first hear me, you'll think I'm one thing, and it might not be that.
And you're growing in real time, right? Because it's like it's your 5th studio album.
Yeah, this would be my 5th one, yeah.
What's the evolution of IDK been from that first project to now?
It's like just this idea of like finding like what I actually want to express sonically. So I feel like I've always been dibbling and dabbling in different types of music, but this now is more like I'm creating a sound, like a feeling, you know? It's like taking like a certain melodic like element and then trying to put like different drums around it, maybe to switch the genre up, but the feeling is consistent. That's probably the biggest thing that I've grown into now.
On Is He Real album,
yeah,
I'm looking at some of the features on it that people don't know. You had DMX on that album?
Yeah, well, that was actually, it's so funny because I have something with him that we're getting ready to put together, but on that album specifically, it was something that I sampled, a prayer he did, right? But I had to chase him down like at South by Southwest and pull up on him to get it clear, like yo, I'm IDK, like da. So I had to find him.
How was that conversation?
That was amazing. Huh?
Did he know?
He didn't know who I was at that time.
Okay.
Are you on the prayer album that they got dropping?
No, I'm not on that album.
Okay.
I did a feature for him after though, so he got to know who I was after that. I did a feature for him prior to him passing.
Did you have a relationship at all?
Like small, like just kind of through like people that we knew and things like that. But yeah.
What was the conversation like when you ran up on him and was like, "Hey, I'm trying to get this cleared"?
He was like, "It's done," literally, just like that. Like,
and you thought he was bullshit. He was like, "All right, who I got to go to?" No, it's done.
Yeah, basically, pretty much, and he got it done.
All right, we got more with IDK when we come back. Don't move. It's the Breakfast Club. Good morning. Morning, everybody. It's DJ Envy, Jess Hilarious, Charlamagne the Guy. We are the Breakfast Club. Nyla is joining us on this interview. So is Lauren, and we're still kicking it with IDK. Charlamagne?
What is intimo? I know that new album is called Bravado and Intimo. What does intimo mean?
It's like Italian word for intimate.
Okay.
So bravado is like kind of like braggadocious, talking about stuff. But the intimo part is where it comes from. A lot of like why I care, like I like wearing certain things, and I like style, things like that, and it comes from like being made fun of when I was like in the 6th grade for not having certain things. And I just remember being like a kid going to school depressed because I know they're gonna make fun of me. So I remember 9th grade, that's before I started getting into trouble and getting money. I literally said to myself, I will never be made fun of for dressing bad ever again for the rest of my life. And that explains the bravado side, because the bravado side is you just see it, you just see the floss and all that, but the intimo side is where it comes from.
And then you get money and realize you don't even care about clothes like that.
Right. That also starts to happen too. Yeah. You know what I mean? Like, it's like you like stuff, but like people put me in a fashion world because I do a lot of stuff in that world, but it's not by choice. Like, I just know people, they like what I do, and you know, and then they just ask me to do things, but I don't try to do that.
If you get fly, you could just do it.
Yeah, exactly.
Now, another feature, you had Kanye West on the song Selena and the Trappy.
Well, nah.
We in the house?
Well, that was another sample situation where pretty much we got... That was a crazy one because it was a Jay-Z song initially, so it was everybody had to kind of...
What was that process like? Because Kanye is kind of hard to... It wasn't as fast as the DMX approval, was it?
Maybe, yeah, it took a little while, actually. But I'll be real, like, Ye has reached out to me, and I've hung out with him multiple times, like, so, you know, it's not... That one is a little different. That I remember when I dropped Is He Real, I was with 88 Keys, and 88 comes up to me and passes me the phone from an unknown number, and I answer, and it's like, yo, it's Ye. And I'm like, oh, snap. And he was just like, I've been hearing about your album. It wasn't out at the time. He's like, man, at some point today, I'd love to connect with you. And next thing you know, I was in Calabasas just hanging out at the crib, you know? So, Ye had shown love, and I've actually, like, linked up with him a couple of times.
I want to talk about the No Label Academy.
Yeah.
That you did at Harvard.
Yeah.
I'm sure Charlamagne will love this too, because you did 2 lectures on mental health.
Yeah.
Why did you feel like that was so important to do?
Well, so the class is a 10-day experience that people from all around the world, students apply, and then we pick about 20 to 25 of them, and then I teach the class. And it goes from branding, which I call story and vision, to financial literacy, to team building, and mental health is the last day, and we taught that at the medical school at Harvard. I think mental health is really important because I always say this, like, as human beings, we've evolved socially so many different times since, like, you know, they say we're about 75 to 300,000 years old, like what we are biologically. We've evolved, I think, way too much socially to keep up with where we are biologically. So when fame is something we created, that's not something we were built for or made for. So, like, a lot of times people deal with fame in a way that could be detrimental. And I think that people don't teach the aspect and the importance of mental health when they're actually pushing them to be famous, you know? So for me, this class was supposed to prepare you from a business perspective for what you or the artist you're working with could be dealing with once they get in the game. And I think a lot of the times labels will see, like, oh, this person's hot. They come from this neighborhood and all that. Yeah, that's cool and all that. And then they're not ready for the corporate. Like, they're not understanding what that is. So now you're expecting somebody whose manager might be, like, just the homie to know how to move within a corporate setting and be successful and then sustain that success. I think that creates a lot of problems for a lot of different people, you know? How has your mental been? You know, because you talked about kids making fun of you back in the day. Yeah. And now being on social media is times 1,000 as far as the amount of comments. Sometimes people just say negative stuff just to try to get a reaction. So how you deal with social media now? I mean, look, I lost my mom. She died from, you know, HIV, complications from that. And I didn't know that until after she passed, when I found out. So I never had that closure of being able to talk to her about it, right? So when you look at that kind of stuff, and then you look at, like, what I've been through with prison and all this stuff, man, like, I'm kind of primed for, it's like, it doesn't really get much worse.
You've been through real
yeah. So for me, it's like second nature almost, dealing with some of the stuff. That's nothing to me. When they, like, COVID, I'm like, I was actually on 23-hour lockdown at one point. Like, this is nothing to me with a book. You know what I mean? For me, like,
I love a good quarantine.
Yeah, right. Kind of stupid. Wow.
I got a phone.
Yeah, so to me, it don't really get much worse. So, you know, I just try to, like, figure out how to express that to people who haven't gone through those things. That's what my class is mainly for when it comes to that aspect.
And that class at Harvard, that's the class that Virgil came to?
Yes, Virgil, before he passed, he was supposed to speak for 30 minutes. He spoke for an hour and 30 minutes. Oh, wow. Shout out to V.
So you saw when they Blue Star Alliance acquired Off-White? LVMH.
Okay, yeah, I saw that. Yeah.
And you saw people. I know you said you don't like being put in the fashion lane, but I just would love to get your opinion on that because people were upset about that because they felt like it was going to devalue the brand and what Virgil had worked for. How you feel about that?
Well, you know, whenever art meets commerce, it's always going to get watered down. If I sign to a record label, there's songs that are better singles than the song that I might believe because of the range of entry points people could have to that song. You make that decision once you decide to do art, because bro, we could do whatever art we want and be homeless. If we okay with that, that's cool too. I say that to say with that particular situation, one, I don't know the details to it. I don't know too much of it, but the idea that something could be watered down, it depends on the details of the deal and what they got going on and who controls what. I think that came from Virgil's brain at the end of the day, and Virgil is not here. So there's always going to be some type of difference, right? But yeah, when art meets commerce, that's what happens. You know, it's a battle. I always look at everything as, don't look at it as an on and off switch, look at it as a percentage.
Knowing him personally, do you think that Virgil would be happy with like just where Off-White is right now and today? Because that's also been a conversation too. They've had like different leadership in and out and stuff like that. You
know, there's people that are friends of mine who could answer that question far better than I could, because I don't have I didn't have that relationship with him where I would know what happiness is actually to him when it comes to that brand.
All right, we got more with IDK when we come back. Don't go anywhere. Good morning, everybody. We are The Breakfast Club. Nyla is joining us on this interview. So is Lauren, and we're still kicking it with IDK. Of course, he's from the DMV area, so salute to the DMV. Now, how has the industry changed since you first came out and did your first mixtape? How have you seen how things change? Because, you know, usually when artists first do the mixtape, it's their core. They only care about their core, but now it's something different. Now you're looking for a radio record. Now you're looking for something that's going to go on the charts. Now you're looking for those things. So how has things changed for you?
I mean, look, when I first started, like, streaming wasn't really a thing like that. Like, it was still kind of iTunes and people reviewing the song or album or whatever. Things have changed a lot because people and the algorithm dictates a lot of the decisions you could potentially make.
Right.
So now we're in a place where we could like think a song sounds like a single, but that doesn't matter anymore. Like, you know, I can't rely on like DJs to break the record the same way as before. It's kind of like, this is the record based off of the algorithm and streaming and the fans. So now we push it. I think in a lot of ways it's good, in a lot of ways it's not good.
Now, coming up in the DMV area, were those artists having open arms for you, like a Wale or Pusha? I know you got ready to push.
Yeah, Wale. I got like two of Wale. Wale brought me out, like the first year I started popping, he brought me out to do his Wale and Friends show. I remember that. He's one of the first to embrace me.
That's dope.
Push, I feel like followed me on a gram, and we just kind of was chopping it up. And I asked him for a record. He's like, I got you. And he sent it through. I definitely got embraced. I think that the thing is that, like, again, it's kind of segregated in the sounds. So certain people only listen to this sound, and then certain people are more open to other sounds. I think as we start to progress, that'll change, hopefully. But that's what I'd say, yeah.
Absolutely.
You said on this project, once you turn 40, you retire and you disappearing. Like, is that really the end goal?
I don't know if I'll disappear, but I think that by retire, people think I mean like stop rapping, and I don't know if I mean that. I mean, right now, I'm constantly competing with myself to do better every time. Like, to the point where, like, you know, family may get neglected. I don't, you know, I talk to my family on like the holidays and stuff. I don't, like, my grandma wants to hear from me more and things like that.
Oh my God.
Yeah.
Not every day?
Nah, not every day. Nah. Like, I'm not even in the mental space with how I view success to be able to tap into that every day. Every day is, what can I do to make sure that when I'm 40, my family, I don't have kids or anything yet, and I'm not in a relationship, but one day
You're not dating Billy?
No.
Yo, everybody thinks y'all are dating.
What? Nobody thinks I'm dating Billie Eilish.
Okay.
No, people.
I did see something one time about that, but I don't. That was like a while back.
Okay.
Nah.
Y'all just cool.
Yeah, she's a homie. She's an amazing artist. But yeah, like when I get what is it?
She see it too.
You and already talked about this, so you knew people thought that.
I said that. I said people said it.
Yeah,
for sure,
yeah. But I guess it's because they were trying to piece together like photos, and I guess the way y'all
which
take
was
photos.
crazy. I'm like, bro, that's not my house. Guy and a girl, it's like, that ain't my house. I don't know what they was talking about.
Dang.
Yeah, I think she posted stuff, you know, of me and things like that, and
people just be wanting relationships to.
That's interesting too. Like, but no, like I'm I'm just trying to make sure that when I am 40 and I decide to, it's like everything is structured and laid out for me in a way where I can actually do that comfortably. So till then, you know, hustling.
I mean, Billie Eilish is single though.
I'm about to say, now I'm going down this rabbit hole. Is she?
I will say time waits for no man when it comes to, like, yes, your career, but also your family too. So definitely call your grandma.
No, for sure. No, I know it. I'm not saying. I just sent the picture in the WhatsApp right before we got. Like, I'm not saying like I'm like
contact.
No.
It's just you also working a lot too.
Yeah.
Like not talking to your girl. I'm like, dang.
I didn't say I don't talk to my grandmother. I probably talked to her like a week ago, 2 weeks ago, or something like that. Like I talk to her every so often. I have a big family too, so when I talk to my grandma, now everybody I gotta holler at so and so. It'd be like a 3-hour thing. You know what I mean? Like so.
I understand.
Yeah.
Well, we appreciate you for joining us today. The new album Bravado is out right now.
Yeah.
And thank you so much.
Yeah, for sure.
You got me down this rabbit hole of the photos and all that.
She's setting you up with Billie Eilish right now.
Is this like a press outlet? What's going on? Like,
what am I reading?
Yeah.
Hip Hop DX. But it's, if you just Google you and her, it's a few outlets.
Really?
Yeah.
See, you thought I made that. He's like, that nobody said that. I'm like, I really saw
Did you take it offensively because of the age thing? Because you had said like, yo, she was like 17. It was like
I mean,
you were 28, right?
That has a lot to do with it. You know what I'm saying?
I mean, because the way you responded was like, what? Her? But I mean, the age thing, of course. But then it's like, y'all just really homies in real life. Like, it's really not that.
Yeah, like she pressed me out about something the other day. We was being funny about it.
What you do?
I didn't do nothing.
Why she pressed you?
She thought something happened, but it was like a song leaked or something like that. And she was like, who did that? But it was a funny press. It wasn't a real press. It ain't like not full court, half court, you know.
So you're going to retire at 40, right? And this has nothing to do with Billie Eilish. But you're going to retire at 40. At 40, then you're going to start reconnecting more with your family.
For sure.
Then you're going to have, you want to have a family as well?
Yeah, I would love to, you know.
How old are you now?
32.
32. So are you like are you dating somebody? Are you in a relationship?
I'm not in a relationship.
So like what age does that come in?
That's not an age. It's a feeling thing. Like, it can happen right now. I'm just saying because you got an age for your retirement. You got an age for when you plan on like doing more than just dropping the photos in the WhatsApp to Nana. Okay.
So I'm just trying to see if there's like a timeline here.
Definitely not a timeline on something like love and connecting with the right person. It could happen right now.
IDK, ask her the same question now.
Okay, yeah, same question right back at you.
Which was I asked you a couple questions.
What's the age?
Oh, what's my age? I'm actively, trying to figure it out right now.
Okay.
So you don't have nobody just like you asked him? What age are you looking to find somebody to settle down?
I ain't got no Billie Eilish on my line.
Whoa. Nah, see now looking for more headlines.
I mean, I ain't got no name where it's nothing worth bringing up. I'm asking you because that's a name,
Oh man, you could get me in trouble, man.
Well, I do. Before we wrap, I kind of want to talk about Supernova with the artist.
Okay.
The artist is so fire. I'm glad that you guys collab because you guys both are like very talented. Talk to me about just shooting Supernova.
For me, that was like a risky song because I don't really go all the way. I don't know if that's R&B, I guess.
It is R&B. And I was going to say, like, do you see yourself leaning more into that now?
I like stuff like that, man. I like stuff I could play with.
Nice. I think you should lean into that.
Okay.
Yeah.
I'll take your advice.
Well, thank you, brother, for joining us this morning.
For sure.
It's IDK. It's the Breakfast Club. Good morning.
Lord have mercy.
Good morning, everybody. We are the Breakfast Club. You tired? I'm tired. I went out last night. Salute to Lauren. She was celebrating her birthday.
Oh, Lauren LaRosa's birthday?
Yeah, so it was out last night with her. I know she had a flight to Turks, but I don't think she can make that flight.
I'm just tired because I'm old. That's all. No other reason.
You said you went to sleep early and all that.
Well, no, yeah. I mean, and I worked out 3 days in a row. Salute to my guy Tony, my cousin Tony Perm. You know what I'm saying? So I had 3 workouts in a row, and then I didn't sleep. I didn't get to sleep the time I wanted to last night.
Okay.
Yeah. Had some company come over. Dr. Natasha Sandy came over because Jess in here glowing.
Period.
So I want to glow too.
She had to fix your face.
Period.
Yes, she did. Salute. Drop on the clue bomb for Dr. Natasha Sandy.
Definitely had to fix her.
Yeah. First of all,
for real, all she did was ask me how you doing. And I was like, you ain't see? So that was it. Yeah.
Damn. All right. Well, let's get to Jess with the Mess.
News is real. Whether it's Jess Hilarious, Jessica Robin Moore, just don't do no lies. She don't spare nobody.
Worldwide Jess, worldwide Mess.
On the Breakfast Club.
She's a culture shift.
She was able to get y'all to see something and understand something that nobody could get you to see.
It's time to set it off.
Okay, so Denzel Washington clarifies kiss scene. So he previously revealed that he kissed a male co-star in a Gladiator movie, but the scene was cut because the creative team was too chicken to keep it in. I don't know why everything gay now, so it's like, why would they be scared? Shortly after that, the director...
Would you be mad though if you did that scene and they didn't put it in the movie?
Yeah, that's why I said Denzi kissed the nigga for nothing. What?
That's Denzi.
He's so mad.
How you gonna give him a gay name? Now he Denzi. Kiss one little man in the movie. Now you Denzi.
One little man, but I'll be pissed the hell off. I do all that and then you ain't gonna use it?
I know. But shortly after that, the director of the film, Ridley Scott, he claimed that what Denzel said was not true. And someone else on the sideline also reinforced what Ridley said. It wasn't true because they checked the tapes and there was no kiss to cut. But at the LA premiere of Gladiator, Denzel Washington addressed the kiss and maintains that it did happen, but it was blown out of proportion.
Okay, got to talk about the kiss.
It's much ado about nothing. Right. It really is much ado about nothing. You know, they're making more of it than it was. I kissed him on his hands. I gave him a peck, and I killed him.
I have to tell you, us gay boys want to see Denzel kissing another man.
Well, I don't have the part yet. You gonna write it? All right.
So hold on.
Whoa. It's okay.
So nobody saw this except for Denzel. Denzel's the only person that can confirm or deny this story.
Was it on set?
That's what I'm starting to think.
Yeah, it was on set.
You sure the cameraman didn't yell in scene, Denzel? And something else was going on after this.
Stop playing.
Was it a trailer?
He is 100% like okay. He is okay with the kiss scene, whether it was in or whether it was out. All right, but they said it was no kiss. The cut. He said that he kissed the guy on the hand. He ain't say the lips.
No, he said hand, and then he said a little peck. He said little peck.
What about that freaky ass reporter though? Talk about us gay boys want to see that freaky ass reporter.
He said, "Write me a script." Okay.
He said, "You gonna write it? You gonna write it?" He said, "Yeah." Listen, he said he comfortable with himself. He can do stuff like that. It's all good. Restaurant shut down after Keith Lee video. So Keith Lee recently reviewed a restaurant called Fob Sushi in Seattle, and in the clip of the review, he holds a piece of the sushi up to the camera, and the viewers had pointed out that a piece of it was moving.
What?
And yes, a piece of it was moving.
Like
and
it was
he actually
live?
ate it. Like it looked like something it looked like a worm, honestly, on the tip of the video. The restaurant was trying to say it was the way he was holding it with the chopsticks, but yeah, just listen. The video went viral, causing the restaurant to make a statement. So basically, they posted that they were grateful for the support of Keith Lee, and then they said the movement in the video was due to natural elasticity in the fish. It's not worms, because everybody was saying, "Oh, it's worms," or whatever. Keith Lee then shared a video addressing the comments about the sushi moving and the restaurant's claims.
We went to a place called Fob Sushi in Seattle the other day. Somebody slowed the video down, and it did appear that something moved. I didn't see anything until somebody pointed out. I can't confirm or deny what it was, but I can confirm I am okay. I appreciate the people who actually did reach out and was worried about me. I'm alright. The only reason I'm making this video is because I just saw a video of somebody who went the day after us, and now they hospitalized. And I've already said 1,000 times, I don't believe in tearing down any business. But at the same time, people's health are on the line. So if somebody's saying they're in the hospital and there's something moving in food, I absolutely think there's accountability that should be taken. For the restaurant to post a statement and indicate that me holding the sushi or me holding the chopsticks a certain way is why the sushi moved, I personally don't agree with it. Because I've had sushi 1,000 times and I held sushi 1,000 different ways, and never once have I seen sushi behaving that way.
Sushi behaving that way sounds crazy.
And they had to shut down 2 of their locations to investigate this situation.
A worm?
So, yep, a worm.
Allegedly?
Yep, y'all go watch the video. You can clearly
you can see it?
You know a lawsuit is coming, right?
Absolutely.
Yes.
You know the restaurant is absolutely positively probably about to sue.
Especially if somebody got sick.
Yep.
And they had to shut down. No, I'm not. No. I said the restaurant is going to sue Keith Lee.
For what?
If they had to shut down, and they're going to say
2 of their locations.
Yeah, and they're going to say he made false claims or something like that.
Well, he didn't make any claims though. He was eating the food and people seen it. He didn't say.
But he's going to be the target though. But he can't sue the people.
And they already said we want to directly address a false statement about our sashimi.
See?
Yeah, so they already,
you can't see that. If you can't see that lawsuit coming, you Stevie Wonder. Or no, not Stevie, because Stevie can see.
He can see a little
bit.
bit.
You're right.
Yeah, he can see it.
Fetty Wap with one eye closed.
Shut up, man.
Fetty Wap.
Shut up, man.
But yeah, that is crazy. Ray J on Diddy allegations. So he appeared on News Nation with Chris Cuomo. Is this how you say his name?
Cuomo.
Chris Cuomo.
Yep.
Okay. During the conversation, Ray J seems to be walking back all that energy that he had for Diddy before.
Do you
you still believe that we're going to see a lot of bold-faced names get pulled into this because of their knowledge or their participation in what Diddy is accused of?
You know, I think that there might have been times where people have partied with a certain team of people and it might have been a freak off at that party, right? But I can guarantee you, most of the celebrities that's went to Diddy's parties never even heard of a freak off. But in this space now, when you look back, where were the freak offs? I've never seen a freak off. What does that really mean? I mean, is that really real? Was it really dope in the baby oil? I mean, what are we doing?
It's too late. I don't care how scared you are.
That's right.
It's too late, brother.
The Fed's coming, Ray. Fed's want to talk to you. Right. I don't know what made you the Diddy expert or what made you want to jump out there and be the Diddy expert. But boy, you going to get subpoenaed.
You've been doing all this talking now.
Yes.
Like, I don't even know what a freak off is.
I never seen nothing.
That should have been your stance from the beginning. Additional information. So speaking of Ray J, it looks like Ray J teamed up with Pastor Jamal Brown, who he was just beefing with last week, for a movie called One Wish. So they supposed to be doing a movie called One Wish.
So this is all for promo?
It could be. There's more Ray J-ing, but that's a film in talks between him and Pastor. Pastor, I'm gonna pray for you because I don't know what you stepping into here. Ray J shared behind the scenes content from the classic project. Jackie Long also appears in the images because it's just images of what may be forming right now.
Gotcha.
And then I'm assuming
is
this
that a
was
holy
done.
trinity? Pastor Jamal Bryant, Jackie Long, and Ray J?
No, please shut up. Shut up. I'm assuming this was done before they fell out about their interview, but they were still talking about it. So we just have to stay tuned to see what's going on.
All right.
That's Jess with the Mess.
Thank you, Jess. Charlamagne, who you giving that down to you?
Man, 4 after the hour, I need a Baltimore man named Kevin Gross to come.
First of all, excuse me. Why? And then why I think I be Kevin? Because that's my father.
I know, but this ain't your daddy.
Oh, why?
Okay, you might know him though. Your pops might know him. His name is Kevin Gross. He needs to come to the front of the congregation. We'd like to have a word with him, please.
Oh, boy. All right. We'll get to that next. It's the Breakfast Club. Good morning.
Don't be out here acting like a donkey.
Hee-haw, bitch. Hee-haw.
It's time for Donkey of the Day.
I'm a big boy. I can take it. If he feel I deserve it, ain't no big deal.
I know Charlamagne guy gonna have some funny shit say out his mouth.
Just because I say something you may not agree with doesn't mean I'm mean.
Who's getting that donkey?
That donkey. That don't.
Donkey of the Day right there.
The Breakfast Club, bitches. You can call me the donkey of the day, but I mean no harm.
Donkey of the Day for Wednesday, November 20th goes to a Baltimore man by the name of Kevin Gross. Kevin is 46 years old, just like I am, but I clearly make better choices than Kevin. You know how sometimes people say, oh, you think you better than me? The answer is yes. Yes, I do, because I make better choices. Not judging you for anything you got going on, but you ask me a question. Oh, you think you better than me? Yes. Hell yes. Because I understand the strongest principle of growth lies in human choice, and I make better choices than you. And if you are currently enjoying this thing called freedom, well, you make better choices than Kevin as well, because he's in jail. Currently facing charges for allegedly shooting a 28-year-old co-worker on the side of I-95 this past Monday morning. Now, I know some of y'all right now are either at or on the way to jobs where you think you can't stand your co-worker. You believe you hate this co-worker with all your heart. And you just might. Okay? Just be better than Kevin. Okay? And the way you continue to be better than Kevin is simply by making the choice not to shoot your co-worker. Let's go to WBAL TV for the report, please.
Bond denied for 46-year-old Kevin Gross. He's facing charges for allegedly shooting a 28-year-old co-worker on the side of I-95 early Monday morning. According to charging documents, the victim called 911. When state police arrived, they found him walking along the shoulder of 95 with 7 gunshot wounds to the arm and torso. Court documents show he told police he was on his way into work and got a flat tire, so he pulled over on the shoulder of 95 just north of the Howard County line. When he got out to inspect the tire, his co-worker, Kevin Gross, pulled up behind him and got out wearing a mask covering his mouth. Quote, Gross told him he must have hit a pothole or something, but upon inspecting the tire, the victim could see the tire had been slashed. Gross then produced a firearm and began firing numerous shots, end quote. Charging documents reveal the two were assistant managers at Planet Aid in Elkridge. Gross had recently been demoted, and the victim told police Gross thought he had something to do with that demotion.
Kevin, you got the right last name, because this was Gross. What a diabolical plan. The victim was on his way to work and got a flat tire. He thought he hit a pothole, but his tires had been slashed. Ooh, I wonder who slashed him. And then when he got out to inspect the tire, Kevin pulled up behind him with a mask and shot him several times, all because he thought his coworker got him demoted. Both of them were assistant managers at Planet Aid. Now, y'all know what Planet Aid is, right?
No.
Yeah, they are the organizations that collect the clothing donations. They got the yellow bins all over the place where you can put the clothes and shoes in.
Yeah.
Yeah, they accept clothing donations in 1,700 locations.
Oh, nice.
Okay, in the Elkridge warehouse. You know what Elkridge is, right?
Yep.
Yes. They collect 15.5 million pounds of used clothes and shoes annually. Well, clearly Kevin wasn't there for the cause, so I needed to know, what are the perks of being an assistant manager at Planet Aid? So I asked ChatGPT, how much does an assistant manager at Planet Aid make? I don't know if this is 100% correct, but it says the average salary for a manager at Planet Aid might earn between $50,000 and $60,000 annually. Now, I need y'all to always keep in mind that my education is limited to a high school degree from night school. Okay, drop on the clues bomb from Berkeley High School, all right, in Moncton, South Carolina. But if it's one thing I understand is prison math, and by prison math, I mean when you have to calculate in your mind whether or not the choice you make is going to be worth you going to prison. Okay, now let's do the prison math, all right? I'm making 50, 60 grand a year in Baltimore as a 46-year-old man. I don't know about y'all, but if I can afford to put some food on my table and have a roof over my head, I'm going to be happy. Okay, success is subjective. And if you're a free man, 46 years old, you can come and go as you please. You got a job, you maintaining. That's a good life. If you don't think it's a good life, go to a prison right now and talk to these brothers doing 15, doing 20, doing 25, some of them doing forever, and ask them would they trade lives with the free man making 50 to 60 grand as an assistant manager at Planet Aid. Hell, even if he got demoted, okay, even if he got demoted, the warehouse lead role at Planet Aid earns about $27.39 per hour, according to ChatGPT. That's almost 57 grand a year if you're working 40 hours a week. All I'm saying is, no matter how much I calculate this prison math, okay, I've done addition, subtraction, multiplication, division. I tried to figure this out multiple ways, and guess what? It just don't compute. Okay, it just doesn't add up. The victim is in critical condition. He got shot 7 times. Kevin Gross is charged with attempted first-degree murder in Maryland. That's life in prison. First and second degree assault, Kevin Gross is also charged with. First degree assault is 25 years in Maryland. Second degree assault is 10 years in Maryland. And he got other related charges. Moral of the story is Kevin is spending the rest of his natural born life in prison. Therefore, the prison math ain't adding up. It's just not worth it. You have to calculate it in your head. You got demoted. You don't even know if this person you shot had anything to do with it. But even if they did, as soon as you started formulating this plan in your head, just think about it. I'm going to cut his tires. I'm going to shoot him a bunch of times. At some point, your brain has to say, no. This prison math ain't mathing. This is not a situation that's worth having to eat jail food for the rest of your life. Or having an inmate treat your bunkie like a bowl of cereal. So please, let Remy Ma give Kevin Gross the biggest hee-haw.
Hee-haw, hee-haw. You stupid motherfucker. You dumb.
You got demoted. Take the L.
How do you get demoted from like a Salvation Army place?
That's
like
wrong.
A Goodwill place.
And what could you do wrong?
Yeah.
I don't know. But he didn't even ask no questions. He just assumed it was this other person and shot him 7 times. Now he's going to spend the rest of his life in prison. For that? Don't add up.
We don't need to play a game.
And you also, I mean, we can if you want to.
What?
You want to play a game?
He from Baltimore. Please, come on now.
There's no white people in Baltimore?
Yeah, it's white people,
Asian people in Baltimore.
Come on now.
No Latinos in Baltimore?
No, but something that petty like that, like
she got a point.
Yeah,
okay,
come
right.
on.
She got a point.
A clothing store. Then it's not even like a regular clothing store.
It's Planet Aid.
Yeah, like nah, he black.
Always do prison math though. Whenever you about to make a choice that you think gonna get you in some type of trouble, especially if it's involving any type of crime, just calculate it in your head. Is this worth the time you gonna get for said situation?
That's it.
All right. Well, thank you for that donkey today. Now, when we come back, Tezlyn Figaro will be joining us. We're going to kick it with Tez. She's going to give us a recap. She's a host of the Straight Shot No Chaser podcast.
On the Black Effect iHeartRadio Podcast Network.
That's right. And we're going to talk to her next. So don't go anywhere. It's The Breakfast Club. Good morning.
The Breakfast Club.
Everybody, it's DJ NV, Jess Hilarious, Charlamagne the Guy. We are the Breakfast Club. Along the Rosa filling in for Jess. We got a special guest in the building.
That's
Ladies
right.
and gentlemen, she's back, Miss Tezlyn Figaro. Welcome back.
Hello.
How you feeling?
What's happening, Tez?
What's happening, Charlamagne the Guy? Good morning.
How you feeling this morning?
I'm feeling good. I am. I'm really feeling good. It's good to be back with family, chop it up with y'all, drop some dimes, name some names.
Okay.
Yeah, here to get
What
real
we dropping dimes on, Tez?
We're dropping dimes on everybody from top to bottom. Yeah.
Well, let's start right off with the presidential election. Why did VP Harris lose?
Oh, man. I should have brought my whiteboard.
That many?
Yeah.
That many reasons?
That many, yeah. And the reason why this is important, I literally have my stuff in order, because a lot of people, Envy said, you know, she lost because of this reason, or she lost because of that. And it's really, in the Midwest, a tornado requires water, humidity, wind, you know, multiple things.
It's not one reason.
It's not one reason.
Yeah.
And when I hear people saying, you know, oh, if he just did better with the messaging, oh, if they did better with the media, I've really kind of put together a list, a flow chart on how basically a colossal from top to bottom.
So you're doing an autopsy?
Yeah, we're doing an autopsy. We're doing a full autopsy. So if we just really take it from the top, as we all said, Joe Biden should have never ran. We have to first, you know, start there. Should have never ran. He said he was was going to be a one-term president. We talked about it multiple times. He actually volunteered that lie to say, hey, I'm only going to run one term. I'm coming in just to stop Trump. Immediately then, they should have started building a base. Immediately, right out the gate. Trump was still campaigning this entire time. We talked about it. We talked about how it was constant rallies, constant organizing. You and I talked about it on the Van Jones show. We're saying you guys really have to continue the organizing year round. And that's why I blame a lot of the people at the top who have the ear of the, you know, of the candidates and campaign consultants, because they've been told this multiple times. So we should have found a white man right then and there who was going to be next in line to build a
white man.
A white man.
A young white man.
Absolutely. Young white man right then and there. And it's not Governor Newsom, by the way. A lot of people keep saying that Governor Newsom will get swamped.
So from the door, you didn't think Kamala was going to win? You
right out the gate. No.
Because she's a black woman? Or?
Yeah, absolutely. So that's number 3. So let's first get that. So they should have established a base. They didn't do that. Governor Newsom, I just want to put that out there. A lot of people like him. Great debater. He would have got swamped. You have to remember, he literally passed the bill K through 12 to have shared bathrooms with gender. So imagine what conservatives would have dealt with that all over the nation, the homelessness and all of that. So then, yes, number 3, America was not going to vote for a woman of color, period. In the history of black woman and white women allyship, alleged allyship, I have never known a white woman to give a job to a woman of color before they got it. That includes even McDonald's on fries. Just not gonna happen. Have you ever white woman ever said, you know what, I think you're more qualified. Go ahead and take it. They didn't give it to Hillary Clinton. They were not gonna give it to her. I know there was hope. I know you talked about, you know, believing in us, but it was never about us believing in us. It was about us knowing them. It's not about being qualified. This was when it came down to saying they didn't give it to Hillary Clinton. Why would they give it to Harris? So that was, to me, an error right out the gate. But we had no choice because Biden.
Yeah, I think Kamala, as a black woman, is the only reason. Well, first of all, 2 things. The last 2 elections, the Democratic Party need to be thinking black women, right? Because if it wasn't for Jim Clyburn telling Joe Biden, hey, I'm not endorsing you unless you promise that you're going to put a black woman on the Supreme Court, I'm not endorsing you. So that's what made him endorse Joe Biden. He wins South Carolina, changes the complexion of his campaign. If it wasn't for Kamala Harris in 2020, I think a lot of us wouldn't have went out there and voted for President Biden. I didn't vote for President Biden. I voted for Vice President Kamala Harris. I also think in 2024, when you look at the fact that Joe Biden's presidency was dead, like completely dead in the water, and Kamala Harris came to the top of the ticket, raised all of this money, ended up having the 2nd most votes of any Democratic nominee ever with 74 million votes. I think that only happens because she's a black woman.
Well, 2 things can be true at the same time. There can be some positives that came with that, but there also can be some negatives where we look at the data. We don't have to guess. We looked at where white women aligned. We looked at where the Latino community aligned. We looked at the bottom line data that shows
Latino men was a surprise, though.
Yeah. Why was it a surprise?
You don't think so?
No, absolutely
Democrats?
not. Latinos have always split their vote 50-50. They've always, when you look at, I organized for the Bernie Sanders campaign in Michigan. I was the only black woman on the ground in 2015 to help flip that state. Latino community has always been divided. When you look at Florida and you look at the Cuban community, they've always went conservative. When you look at the Bernie Sanders, the left side, the California, they always go left. They have always strategic, and I ain't mad about it. They've always strategically been able to have leverage because they go 50-50. You remember when Joe Biden told black leaders when he won, after he said, after he said, I owe you black people. Remember when they had the meeting and they leaked the tapes in front of the Al Sharpton and all of them and said, y'all need to go follow the Latino community because they're the ones that have the leverage. So I'm not mad at it, but we need to talk about it for what it is. There might be a black and brown coalition in New York. I've talked about that all the time. But when you talk about that changed too. They're moving over. When you talk about the South, when you talk about the Midwest, and particularly when you talk about the West, there is no black-brown coalition. And it's okay for people to vote their interests. I also got news for you. black men are conservative. Doing my Joe Biden whisper. Black people are conservative. I don't know why people want to keep, making that not an issue. So when you're talking about black men and you're talking about other black people, the majority of the country in the South, majority are moderate. I know progressives want to sell a different story, but black people for the most part are moderate, and a lot of them lean conservative. We're going to get into that when we get into the messaging. But let's just kind of go back a little bit. I agree that there was some positives to it. But when it came down to it, when we looked at race, white women, to me, just like they did in the midterm, just like they did when they were with Obama, then they went with Trump, and then they went back to Democrats in the midterms, and then they flipped back. When you're talking about white supremacy and talking about positioning, like what they did with the women's suffrage movement, I just didn't see them doing it for a black woman over them. They didn't do it with Hillary Clinton. The only person that ever beat Donald Trump is Joe Biden. And I agree.
But 55% of white women voted for Trump over Biden.
Right, to align with white supremacy. To align, because this is about white supremacy. This is about, would they rather have their household ahead of you as a black man?
Or they vote with their husbands.
That's exactly it. And nothing's wrong. And people need to stop. These pundits get on my nerve. They went against their own interest. No, their interest is their household. Your interest is your interest. My interest is my interest. When I keep hearing people say that they went against their own interest, no, they actually aligned with their interest, which is white man, white woman, black man, black woman. That's the order. That's how it is. Black people are the side chick. Bottom line, we need to just accept that. I know we want to say black girl magic. I know we want to say, because black this and that. Black women can't save this country. We need to stop selling that dream. Let's get in position and understand what we can do, which is why I was talking about the local and state level, and stop trying to sell this timeshare scam. Because to me, it was a timeshare scam. I agree with you that there was really no other choice because Joe Biden was trash. We get that. He was trash. So once they said, okay, let's rally around Harris. Now she's a Democrat nominee. Okay, so cool. We with that. Black women raised $30 million out the gate. Black men raised $30 million out the gate. So now we're having to deal with who dropped this bag, who dropped this $1 billion bag. And that's the issue where we get into how they spent the money. I didn't think she had a chance in hell, but once you decided to move forward, okay, so what do we do with the money? Black voters, they lost black voters across the board. That 1-2% across the board makes a difference when you're talking about Michigan, makes a difference in North Carolina. So that's where we get into your concern when you talk about messaging, where the messaging was all wrong.
All right, we got more with Tezlyn Figaro when we come back. Don't move. It's the Breakfast Club. Good morning. Good morning, everybody. We are the Breakfast Club. We're still kicking it with Tezlyn Figaro. Lauren?
So what you think about Trump's cabinet, like his choices for his cabinet right now? Because, I mean, these are the people that we're going to have to be.
Yeah, I don't think nothing. I think Republicans ran, Democrats ran is going to be a dictator. Guess what? They want a dictator. We've been saying this forever. We've been talking about this day of bipartisanship and let's just get it through Congress. We said, Charlamagne, I said it a million times, like with the George Floyd Act, reducing college debt, do an executive order. Everybody said, you can't do an executive order. Got to go through Congress. Republicans are going to change it back. If you get in, they're going to change it back. Guess what? Republicans don't give a damn about changing it back. They changed back Roe vs. Wade. They about change back a whole bunch of shit, Obamacare and everything else. Democrats refuse to work as a dictator. They want a dictator. Everybody's saying, oh man, he's going to be a dictator. Right. That's why they want it. Oh yes. He's going to take migrants out. Yes. That's what they wanted. People need to stop saying that online. It's driving me crazy. Oh, Latinos. Oh man, y'all about to see. They want the immigrant. People who are legal, who come out of this country legal, they are literally telling you yes. We don't support illegal immigration. So people that thinking they saying something on social media, oh, y'all gonna see. No, they want a dictator. The Democrats ran on democracy. They ran on dictatorship. I'm gonna be a dictator day one. That's exactly what they want. A dictator. Somebody's gonna push the line. Somebody ain't gonna give a damn about what Congress is talking about. Somebody that say, I don't care what the rules are. I'm gonna do what I want to do. They want a gangster. Period.
Yeah, I agree with that. I wouldn't say dictator, but they want somebody that don't give a
Well, he said he was going to be a dictator on day one.
He said that on day one, but I think what people mean when they say, they just want somebody that's going to say, you know what, as long as things are getting done for the people, I don't care how it gets done. Like Jon Stewart did a great monologue, and he was just like, Democrats always follow the norms, and Republicans don't follow the norms. They going to find those loopholes to break
which is kind of like dictatorship, though.
Nah, I wouldn't call it dictatorship.
I call it dictatorship. Yeah, he said he going to do what he want to do. That's what he damn what y'all talking about.
He ain't going to play the political game.
You ain't going to play. So, I mean, that's saying, I'm going to do this, and if you don't do it, it's going to be hell to pay. If you don't do it, I'm gonna make sure you don't win. If you don't do it, I'm gonna call you out. We talked about this with Joe Manchin. They set up, now Joe Manchin ceded to a Republican. We've been talking about this. This has been going on for the last 15 years. This loss was not just what happened in the last 100 days. This has been, at least from my experience, 2007. I can name year over year over year on what happened, on how we got here. And then another thing I want to bring up on this messaging: abortion. Democrats ran on reproductive rights and democracy. Failed right out the gate. You had states like Arizona and Nevada that had abortion on the ballot. So Democrats' mindset is, let's put abortion on the ballot, and that's going to bring, people, so people know, get out to vote, GOTV. That's how you get out to vote. Oh, they're going to go to the polls now that abortion's on the ballot. Well, what you did, meatball head, you actually allowed Republican women who were pro-choice to actually vote for abortion and still vote for Trump. There's no rule that says if you support pro-choice that you won't vote for Trump. So Republican women in Nevada and Arizona literally had the opportunity to bring abortion back and still vote for Trump. So Democrats shot themselves even in the foot if you were expecting women to go vote for reproductive rights because you gave them an out. So the messaging was wrong out the gate. We talked about that, not running on the economy, not running. But I still think, though, Envy, even if she would have ran on all of those things, they still was going to vote for, they still would have rather voted for Joe Biden half dead weekend at Bernie's.
I don't think so,
They didn't even win Scranton. They didn't even win Scranton. Joe would at least won Scranton.
He would have won Scranton.
Yeah, he would have at least won Scranton. Harris lost Scranton.
I think Joe would have got like 65 million votes.
Okay, so if what you're saying is true, what was all? Because I felt how you feel now is how I felt in the beginning, and then when I saw the excitement and the money moving and all of that, I was like, we got a chance. Yeah. What was all of that then? Why was that there?
Joe just.
I didn't think Joe would win either, but I didn't think he was going to win.
But he should have held the L.
Joe wouldn't have got close.
When you got the donor saying we're not giving you no more money,
Joe,
you
didn't have no choice.
That's right.
Yeah.
That's right.
So let's be clear. They did not have a choice. Because George Clooney and them said, they said they didn't have no choice. So two things be true at the same time. They had to put Harris in, no doubt about that. I'm not disagreeing with it, but I still don't think they would have voted for her. They just wouldn't. They're just not going to give something that they didn't get first. Did she do the best that she could? Yes. Did she do everything they told her to do? Yes. Did she have 100 days to do it? Yes. This is not about shitting on her. This is about setting up a woman to fail in 100 days to do the damn near impossible. Right. I think Joe Biden should have took that L. He's the one that said, he was going to run. He's the one that sat up there the entire time. Let him take the L.
So can she run again? Would you advise her to run again?
No,
Do you think she should run again? You think it's a wrap?
Because again, we got to stop with. I don't know what this obsession we got with federal. Let them have it. Let's talk about, especially Republicans now saying give it to the state. If you really want to make real change in your community, I know it's not as sexy, I know it's not as exciting, but it really is at the state level. It really is at the local level. If you believe in, you want to fund the public schools, you can do it at the local level. If you say, you know what, I want charter schools, I want to be able to educate our own, you can do that at the local level. Why are we so infatuated with this White House? I don't get it. Why not be in Atlanta Council with 16 other people, in Orlando with 6 other people, to be able to say, I'm gonna write a check to the Black Business Investment Fund, to be able to say, hey, here's some money to go start a business. You can pass reparations at the local level. So I don't understand this obsession that we have with this federal thing. And I'm gonna be honest with you, Lauren, black women, a lot of times we get caught up in this wanting to be validated so damn bad. So when the excitement was there, when everybody's like, oh man, we can do this, black girl man, we can do this, this validation of needing to be affirmed, needing to say you are qualified enough, you are good enough. A lot of that played into it. But let's not forget, 3,000 black women did a petition and said, Joe Biden, keep your ass in. They ignored that and went with the money. To Charlamagne's point, they didn't have a choice.
I agree with you, especially about the state thing. There's something else Trump said that, man, landed, and I'm still trying to figure out how did he land this, because it's so hard to get people to focus on this. The abortion thing, right? He told them, I want it to be in the hands of the state. So whenever you would have conversations with people about, abortions on the ballot, they'd be like, no, Trump just wants it to be in the hands of the state. I've never seen a politician convince people on a national level it's going to be local and that's fine, and they buy into it.
Well, Trump can get anybody to buy into anything he say. I mean, he's a total. Democrats have never been equipped to run against Trump. Let's just name it. Let's just say they've never been equipped to run against him. He's too petty. He goes too low. He don't give a damn what y'all talking about.
And he's an entertainer first.
He's an entertainer first.
Yeah.
And so they've never been equipped to go against this man. Never. But to your point, Charlamagne, for those that understand the states' rights, and when you go back to Reagan, the reason why black people are against it is because what it does is it disenfranchises us even more. So if you're saying, okay, in Oklahoma, you can't get access to health care, but you can get access to health care in California, very liberal. These are folks that can't just pick up, and go to California to get what they need, don't have the money, so it affects poor people in a very bad way, the states' rights. But conservatives, they like states, give it to the states. Their mindset, if you don't like it, move somewhere else. But not enough of us have the resources to just move, to somewhere else, to just move where things, may be favorable to you. So as black voters, we're always trying to carry the least of these and everybody else and think about everybody else. But the reality is, Charlamagne, people are only looking out what's in front of their doorstep. Remember when Governor DeSantis reduced the gas, when they was talking about you can't do nothing about the gas when gas was so high? He said, oh no, I can do something about it. This is why I can talk about state. So when people remember that, even though there's more liberal, more Democrat voters in Florida, people remember what affected their pocket. And that Republican governor made a difference. Kemp in Georgia made a difference, was passing out Kemp cards. He did the same thing Trump did. When he signed his name, he gave them Kemp cards. People remember that. So even if they don't like Republicans, even if they don't like Trump, when you're looking at how that affects your money daily, it makes a difference. And that's where they lost as far as really trying to understand, the economic conversation, especially with black people.
That's right.
Thank you.
We appreciate you for joining us.
Thank you for letting me go through my list.
That's all good. It's Tezlyn Figaro. It's The Breakfast Club. Good morning.
The Breakfast Club.
I want to tell somebody something.
Tell them.
Moncks Corner, South Carolina, this Saturday, Berkeley High School student parking lot. My 11th annual turkey giveaway is happening from 9 a.m. to 11 a.m. in Moncks Corner, South Carolina this Saturday.
9 a.m. to 11 a.m.
Yes, Berkeley High School student parking lot. My 11th annual turkey giveaway. So I'll see y'all there Saturday.
I've been working with you, 16 years? I've never been to Moncks Corner.
That's your fault.
You should take us.
I ain't never been to Queens.
Yes, you have. Yes, you have.
I don't think I've been to Queens.
You've been to Queens?
I don't think so.
Man, if your flight lands in LaGuardia or JFK, that's Queens.
That don't count.
Now you mean like in the hood on the street?
First of all, I wouldn't be in the hood. I have no reason to be there. Okay, I don't know why we would want to go to everybody's hoods. Okay,
that's why we want to go to Moncks Corner. Why you want to go down there?
Moncks Corner is a nice rural area.
Oh, it was rural.
Yes, rural.
Oh, okay.
Rural.
Is that where you brought Remy Ma that time for a show?
No, I had Remy in Summerton, South Carolina, but that's also a rural area.
It sounds very rural.
Yes.
Rural. Yeah. Can't say that.
Let's get to Jess with the Mess.
News is real. Whether it's Jess Hilarious, Jessica Robin Moore, just don't do no lies. Don't do no lies.
She don't spare nobody.
Worldwide Jess, worldwide Mess.
On The Breakfast Club.
She's a culture shifter.
She was able to get y'all to see something and understand something that nobody could get you to see.
It's time to set it off.
Quincy and Christian Combs take legal action. So TMZ reported that Quincy and Christian sent the cease and desist letter to Courtney Burgess and his attorney. Now, this story was covered over my maternity leave. Courtney Burgess is the man who alleged that he obtained a flash drive containing Kim Porter's personal writings from people close to her and used it to publish the Kim Porter Tell-All book. Since the release of the book, family and friends of Kim Porter maintain that the information that he claims to have does not exist. According to the documents, the kids are also denying the existence of a flash drive, period, calling the claim patently false. They argue that if it was a flash drive that exists, then they would own it, like it would belong to them. They're giving Burgess 5 days to release Kim's possessions to them, stop all the interviews, and stop selling the book. The sales went crazy on this book, too. They also want a full accounting of any money that they made from the book, and if Burgess fails to comply, he could face a lawsuit.
Yep, that's how those season desists work.
Absolutely.
You know, the season desist is the calm before the storm.
That's crazy.
I wonder how much money they made off that book.
Yeah, I mean, could you imagine?
They pulled it though, right? They pulled it off the stores and all that, right?
Not if they sent it.
No, they didn't.
They didn't. I thought
they got 5 days to do so.
Oh wow.
Yeah, but yeah, I know the sales went through the roof. You know what I mean? Because anybody, that would, especially all the stuff surrounding Diddy, like if somebody is saying like, oh, there was a tell-all book, before she passed away, there are people just speculating and wanting to see, you know what I mean, what's going on, whether they care or not. I know they want to buy it just to have it anyway. DeVito on ancestry kits. So he did an interview with Big Homie's house, and during the interview, he questioned how accurate DNA ancestry tests actually are, which I've done my whole life as well.
I don't even believe that. When people go, they be like, oh, they want to check where they from. How does it work? How does that work with the blood?
I don't know. That's another thing. That's another questionable part about it, because what do you really? It's like you're trusting these people that you don't know, who you've never met, to give you an accurate description of your ancestry.
I think everybody should just visit Africa and just choose the country they want to be from.
So that's what we should do.
Just choose where you want to be from.
So I'm going to adopt the Nigerian culture. Okay, that's
exactly.
I gotta find some good food
your
though.
Boy, the president, so I'm taking care of you.
Oh, so I'm good.
Of course, you're good.
Was that Big Homie talking?
That was Big Homie talking.
Big Homie, he got to find some good food. Clearly, you ain't never been to Africa. What are you talking about? Ghana, Nigeria, they got great food. Joburg, great food.
I've always said that, though. I've always said that I don't trust the DNA kits, the ancestry. I mean, it's like you sending your blood into where? Like, because you got to prick yourself, you got to send your blood, you got to wait, and then for everybody to get the same results. Everybody. I mean, like, I know a couple people who've done that, and they all got the same percentage.
Well, it depends where they
Congo,
from.
Nigeria, like all of that.
Like, because for me, I'm born in Charleston, South Carolina, right? So that's a lot of like West. It's like a West African, right? So it's like for me, I'm Senegal, Guinea-Bissau, Sierra Leone, and so a lot of people born in for at least people that I know that's born in Charleston that have done their African ancestry test. It comes back to the same thing: Senegal, Guinea-Bissau, Sierra Leone, like anywhere in the West African region.
Yeah, I just still don't trust it.
You don't trust
just
it?
having to send your blood in. Like I just.
But they do saliva, right?
I don't.
Saliva.
If I had to pick, though, I'd probably pick Ghana. Love Nigeria, though, but I would probably pick Ghana.
Pick Ghana.
Yeah.
Sometimes it is a swab, like a saliva swab.
I
But
think that's what I did.
But some of them you have to prick.
Yeah.
Like it's like a finger prick, and then you send it out.
And yours was what, like 50% Dominican and 50% European, right?
I'm not talking to him.
What did you do? I mean, what did it come back? What
I don't
were your
remember.
results?
It was a lot of Dominican and
no,
European.
it was West African. He knows it was West African. He was up here.
West African?
Yes, I'm not Dominican. I'm
You
not
albino
Latino.
in West
I'm Spanish. I'm not. I'm albino.
West African albino.
Oh my goodness.
Damn! Oh my god!
It's gonna make me. You know what? Forget you. Go ahead.
That's so messed up. Now that's why your lashes are like light, real light.
Yes.
Oh my god.
My lashes are light. Oh my
and
goodness.
you dye everything else. Okay.
Yes.
All right,
like
cool.
a Dominican do.
Like a Dominican dude. Anyway,
Oh my goodness.
Scarlett defends new freestyle. No, I like this freestyle. I want
to hear it.
I like the beginning. As she went on, it was like, oh, okay. But I feel like she's talking to the Commonwealth folk. You know what I'm saying? But I love this play on backpack that she took from Dora the Explorer.
Look at one smoke tie, reach up in my one up, I got the condom in my. That's how strong, you can smell it in my. You ain't fly unless you got a puma. Then Pepper started digging in my. This bitch bugging, why she pulling on my?
That girl said you ain't fly unless you got a Puma backpack. You know what I'm saying? That's all right. I mean, that's talking to the people who can, like want to be fly and they affordable stuff.
That's
you know what I'm saying?
It's a dope freestyle.
Yeah, and if you shop like at like Planet Aid, this song is for you.
It's just creative. It feels like a mix. It would have been on a mixtape back in the day.
Scarlett be scaring the hoes.
She be what? She be what?
Drop on a clue bomb from Scarlett. If you ever want to scare some hoes away,
that is not true.
Okay, well, she's scaring the kids. Okay.
Now, kids shouldn't be listening to it.
Backpack. Get out of New York. Backpack. What you looking at? Backpack.
You are so petty. I like it, man. A lot of people were saying this is the current state of female rap. Look, we've been doomed. Cut it out.
Oh, stop.
She's rapping. By the way, people just be having a problem with female rap because it don't matter who it is rapping that's a woman. They be upset about it.
These days, it don't matter.
Because Glorilla be killing it.
Glorilla
Cash Doll
hard.
be killing it.
Crazy.
Cash Doll hard.
Crazy. I love it. Lotto also.
Lotto
and
hard.
I love Scarlett. I loved her from the beginning. So, but she said, I just be having fun with music. I just say what's on my mind. I really enjoy creating and doing what I do. But hey, not everybody gonna like it, and I'm alright with that. But don't give me forced hate. Nah. And I understand that. That's just the
I just want to hear Scarlett say "rah rah" like a dungeon dragon. Just one time.
Yo, shut
Stop,
up.
yo.
All right. We got the People's Choice Mix. Is the Breakfast Club. Good morning. Morning, everybody. It's DJ NV, Jess Hilarious, Charlamagne the Guy. We are the Breakfast Club. Now we got to salute IDK from joining us. DMV area, what up?
Salute to IDK, man.
Also, Tezlyn Figaro stopped through.
Hey, my girl.
That's right. Salute to Tez. Make sure you check out the Straight Shot No Chaser podcast on the Black Effect iHeartRadio podcast network. And I want to tell everybody, man, in Mounts Corner and surrounding areas, everybody listening to us on Z93 Jams right now, this Saturday is my 11th annual turkey giveaway in Mounts Corner, South Carolina. You know, Thanksgiving is next week. So from 9 a.m. to 11 a.m., we will be at the Berkeley High School student parking lot in Mounts Corner, South Carolina, giving away those free birds, man. So we'll see y'all this Saturday, 9 a.m. to 11 a.m. Berkeley High School student parking lot.
And that's just like for families, like, who have less and all of that. Yeah. I never understood when people say like, yo, we giving away turkeys to the homeless. It's like, where they gonna cook it at? You know what I'm saying? I always thought about that. I just felt like that was always, I don't like that. You know what I'm saying?
If it was for homeless people, I'd do the meal.
Like already cooked and okay.
Like the food bank in Harlem, you know what I'm saying? I do a lot of work with the food bank in Harlem. The food bank in Harlem, they'll have meals next week for people.
That is
the Hope Center in Charleston, South Carolina. I do a lot of work with them too. They'll have meals for the people.
Yes.
Okay.
But, you know, we just putting turkeys in people's trunk. This is for people who have somewhere to cook them, Jess.
That's nice. Thank
Yes.
you. I wanted to make sure.
All right. When we come back, positive note is the Breakfast Club. Good morning. Morning, everybody. It's DJ NV, Jess Hilarious, Charlamagne the Guy. We are the Breakfast Club. It's time to get up out of here. Now, Charlamagne, you got a positive note?
I do, and it's really just this simple, man. Somebody once said, no matter how good you are, people will judge you according to their own insecurities. So remember that the next time you're being judged. Have a great day.
Breakfast Club, bitches!
Y'all finished or y'all done?